Good morning, welcome to Leicester Fan TV. We're live, it's 5 minutes to 9. Obviously, the fixture list for the 2023-24 season comes out live during this show, so we want to get your views, your comments. The fight back starts here for Leicester. We want to get back up next season. First time at it. We've obviously got a new manager, and we want to get your views and your comments as you see the fixtures out. Who do you want to get out first? Who do you want to see on Boxing Day? All these things. What's the run-in like at the end? Get your views in, get your comments in, and join us live on Leicester Fan TV. Yes, good morning. My name's Phil. This is Leicester Fan TV. You can follow us wherever you want there. The socials right there at Leicester Fan TV on all channels. Now, I'm joined by Lox and Jono, so I'm going to add them both into the stream. Lox, good morning. Jono, good morning.
Morning.
Morning. Morning. Let's start with you, Lox. What's the fixture you're looking out for? Is it the first fixture? Is it the run-in? Is it Boxing Day? What are you looking for?
It's got to be the first day, mate. I'm looking forward to seeing. Obviously, we keep saying it. We're probably going to be playing on the Friday night. It'll be us or Leeds, won't it, or Southampton? You'd imagine. So it could be us. So yeah, I'm excited to see who we've got, and hopefully it's a home game because it doesn't really matter too much. But for the first game of the season, if it's at home, we can obviously get behind the new manager, get behind the new players. That'd be perfect.
I think, Jono, that's an interesting one, what Locke says. It's something I hadn't thought about, but if that first game of the season is at home and get 3 points on the board, the momentum would start straight away. I mean, away from home, we'd want 3 points as well. But what's your take on it, Jono?
Yeah, I agree. I think it must be a home game. Get behind the manager. I don't want to face against the new relegated Premier League side. I don't want to face Southampton or Leeds. Want to face a Championship side, get proper into it, maybe even Coventry, maybe a Midlands derby, that sort of thing.
A few people are putting in here, they're hearing it's Coventry first game at home on the Sunday. Somebody else putting that in there. Coventry City, says Paul. Everybody's going for Coventry, which is completely different to what the rumour was last night, Lox, which was that it's QPR.
Yeah, I've heard that's definitely not true, that leak, because I actually, this isn't me making this up, by the way. I actually know someone who works Opta Sports, and obviously the media all get the fixtures early.
Last night, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't tell me who we've got, but he just said that list is not true. So it is going to be a surprise, whoever it is. It's not going to be, it could be QPR, but the leak wasn't true.
So if you're watching this live, let us know who you would like to see Leicester play first, which fixtures you're looking out for. Why are you looking out for them? It might be you're looking out for, I'm quite looking out for Plymouth, believe it or not. I have to go and work in Plymouth occasionally, and I know I'll be definitely tying that in with an away game. So there's a silver lining to everybody. Jonathan says, looking forward to Sunderland Borough away, as I live in County Durham these days. There's a great example of it. Dave says he's looking for the first game and the last game. Scooby says, serious first 10 games, let's get this up and running, which I want to ask Jono about that. Jono, that first 10 games, we've talked a little bit about the manager, and my live on Monday, I said, look, he is a bit of a gamble because he's never really managed before. It's important we make a decent start, isn't it?
Yeah, like with the squad, we know we're a momentum team of last season. We couldn't get out of a rut. Like we need momentum, and the new manager, he wants that momentum. He wants that sort of bright new start, brand new manager. If you lose the first 10 games, then it puts a real serious down on the season if we would actually get promoted. But we need at least 6 wins out of the first 10.
Lox, any matches you fancy just because we've not played for a while, or you fancy? I quite like Birmingham away, is always a nice trip, going to St Andrews, and I hear most of the ground is open now because it's been shut, some of it. So Coventry as well. Chris Wood says here Coventry at home. Any games you fancy?
Yeah, I mean, Coventry's like the easy one for us to say. Obviously, that'll be a nice welcome back to the Championship. So I saw someone say West Brom. We all know Vardy loves a goal against West Brom, so it might be good to start his season with a goal against West Brom. Plymouth as well. Maybe any of the newly promoted teams as well. Maybe Ipswich against Kieran McKenna's team, who was in the running for the Leicester job apparently. So yeah, mate, I think any of them. Bristol City, Nigel Pearson, mate. That would be great as well. Yeah, there's so many to choose from. Just not Leeds. I don't want Leeds.
No Southampton or Leeds.
Yeah, Ben says here, I'm really impressed with the positivity coming out of the club. Season tickets sold out and everyone seems really up for cheering the boys back up. I think that is what Ben's right. We have just got to dust ourselves down, which is why it'd be easy not to carry on with Leicester Fan TV and lives and all this, but this is exactly what we want to do in there. Jono, there's a couple of fixtures up near. You're obviously a Leicester fan, but based up in Newcastle. What have we got up there? Sunderland, Borough?
Middlesbrough. I don't think who else is up here. That's it, really.
Yeah, but two big games, big clubs, big games.
Sunderland will be absolutely massive. They've got they're the biggest club, one of the biggest clubs in the Championship. They've got the biggest stadium, so that'd be a massive game.
Yeah, indeed. It's 9 o'clock. I've got the screen up behind. I'm going to see if we've got it.
There's a video.
There's a video.
Yeah.
We've got Coventry at home. We've got Coventry at home.
Coventry at home.
Coventry at home it is. We've got Coventry at home, the first game of the season.
Wow. I assume now that is going to be the Friday night fixture, isn't it?
Yeah, people are saying Sunday the 6th, but I don't think it's decided, right? It's up to the TV. It's up to Sky, isn't it? On what game they pick.
It is Coventry at home. I'm just waiting for them to pop up on the internet. So, obviously, that's a nice game. I mean, it's the M69 derby, isn't it? Straight away in there. Jono, what's your take on Coventry at home?
Brilliant. I think it's like they're in the playoff final last season, very unlucky not to get promoted. It'll be a Midlands derby at home. Definitely a game to get the fans going. So, yeah, definitely a good game for the manager as well, because it's not like a team that just survived relegation. It's a team that almost got promotion. So, very tough game, good derby at home. So, yeah, very excited.
I'll just put an image on here if you want to use it. It's this one here.
Yep, you go for it. That's the first set of fixtures, is it?
Yeah, that's match week 1. Yeah.
Cool. That's quick to get that out. Okay. I mean, Jono, that is definitely tricky. Coventry at home. Let's not beat around it. That's straight into a tough local. It's a local game. It's a derby game. That is going to be tricky. But you've got to start somewhere, haven't you?
Yeah, you got to start somewhere. You can't say, "Oh, we want an easy week, then a hard week." You've got to face every game in the Championship is going to be hard because we haven't been in this league for 10 years. So every game's going to be, any team would have been difficult, but at least it's at home. That's the biggest one. We're at home. That's the biggest factor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Paul, let's get some comments in here. Paul says, I want Coventry. We've got Coventry because there's a few of them that work. Rob saying Coventry at home, Sunday 6th, 12 noon. We're hearing quite a bit that it could be the Sunday TV game. Scooby says he told you so. Peter Taylor says Coventry at home, perfect. Don't want it to be a Friday night, says Anthony Sharman, because he'll be on the razzle, which sort of makes sense why they might make it Sunday at 12. I'm trying to remember the last time we did play Coventry in a league game. It's obviously quite a while ago now. Mark Robbins connection there as well. Obviously, former Leicester striker, Lox, before your time, maybe, Mark Robbins.
Yes, yeah, before my time. I know of him for sure, but before my time as a player.
Have you got the rest of the fixtures, Lox, that you can perhaps read out? Because I'm still trying to see them.
If Jono's got it up, I haven't got it.
Our first game is Coventry at home. Our second game is Huddersfield away. Our first game is on Sunday, the 6th of August at 12 o'clock.
It does say Sunday the 6th at 12, mate. So I don't know if maybe it's already been decided by Sky. Does the Championship get a game at 12 p.m. on a Sunday normally? They do, right? Because then...
Well, we are the week before the, obviously...
Then after Huddersfield away, we are playing Cardiff at home on the Saturday, the 19th of August. Then we've got Rotherham away. Then in September...
So I was just going to say as well, State Savers going through every single fixture. Boxing Day, Phil, is away to Ipswich. Boxing Day. Away to Ipswich.
A nice little trip to Ipswich.
And then obviously over the whole Christmas period, obviously there's usually 3 games so quick. We've got Ipswich on Boxing Day. We've got Cardiff away on the 29th of December, which is a Friday at 7:45. And then New Year's Day will be home to Huddersfield. And then, John, I don't know if you want to read the last couple of games of the season.
Yeah.
See what running we'll have at the end.
So our very last game of the season is on the May the 4th against Blackburn at home. Now that'd be a big game.
Home fixture though, at least to end
home
on.
Fixture the week before that we have Preston away, and the third last game of the season we're against West Brom at home. So the last 3 games: West Brom at home, Preston away, and the final game is Blackburn at home.
So it sounds like it is going to be Sunday the 6th, which, to be fair, for Coventry, that is a big favour, in my opinion, because I've been moaning for the past 4 weeks about this trip to Singapore and us playing Liverpool on the 31st. So it actually plays into our hands, Lox, because it gives us 2 extra days, which, on a tour which for me should have been cancelled, at least we have those 2 extra days.
Yeah, I mean, as you say, we're hearing now that it's definitely not going to be cancelled. It's probably just because the club need the money or whatever. But yeah, look, we need as much preparation as possible. I'm sure Maresca's thinking to himself, what the hell are we doing going to Thailand? That close to the season starting. But look, it's going to be a great atmosphere, man. I think with all the build up or all the tension about surrounding us not announcing a manager for so long, it was more the fact that once we've got the manager in, we can actually look forward to the season. The initial down of relegation is gone now. We were just waiting for a manager to be announced so we could all look forward to the season starting. And now, especially with that game, Coventry at home, the first game of the championship season, it's a good opportunity to get a win, first of all. I know they did well last season, but it's a good opportunity to get a win on the board, first game. And then also, it's going to be nostalgic, mate. Playing Coventry, back in the Championship, and it's going to be a good day as long as we win, obviously. And I think everyone now will start just looking forward to the season rather than talking about last season. I think the time for reflecting on last season is finished now, and it's about looking forward.
Now, I've put the fixture list up on there. Let's forget the pre-season stuff. So obviously, let's start with the first 4 fixtures there. Let's start with you, Jono. It's Leicester at home v Coventry, away at Huddersfield, at home to Cardiff, Rotherham, and then away at home to Hull. So take those first 5 fixtures, Jono. What's your thought on the first 5?
I'm happy that it's not really difficult. Like, we're not playing against Leeds or Southampton. I'm happy we're not playing them in the first 5 games. We're happy we're at home for 3 out of those 5 games as well, home for the majority. So again, we got the home advantage as well. I think not a lot of travelling, so apart from going to Wales, but yeah, I think it's a really good first 5 games.
Lox, again, those first 5 fixtures where it is, for me, every season's always about making a good start. It's going to be tricky for us, obviously, not knowing really too much about some of these teams apart from where they finished last season. But Huddersfield and Cardiff, my memory is they were struggling last season. Rotherham, not that easy. Well, not that hard a one either, maybe, Lox.
Yeah, I think Coventry's the most difficult fixture there on those opening few games. Obviously, again, Cardiff, you'd imagine will be a win. Hull, Rotherham. So, look, it's a brand new season. It's unknown what we're going into. In terms of the squad we'll have. How they'll fare in the Championship. But you've got to look at those opening fixtures and think. I saw somebody put in the comments 13 points. So. That's a lot of points from them 5 games, but why not? Why not? If we do have this one of the strongest teams in the Championship next season, there's no reason why we can't go and win all 5 of them. But Coventry definitely the hardest one there from my point of view, and it's the first one. So if we can get the win out of the way there, go from there, build on it, and hopefully get a load of points to start the season.
Scott says here you can stop your moaning about the trip now, full week before the first match. Scott, I'm not going to stop moaning because it's still stupidity, and it still shows for me that the club were not planning, not thinking, not even having a plan B that we were going to end up in the Championship. So I'll keep moaning about it till it's over and done with, mate. Let's get back to these fixtures. I'm going to add in Ross as well. Ross. There he is. There you are, Ross.
Yes.
Ross, can you just push your cushion down for us? Thanks. Good lad. Ross, I know what you're going to want to talk about. You're going to talk about Rotherham away, which is in that first 5 fixtures.
Oh, not Huddersfield as well. Never mind Rotherham. Huddersfield. Looks like I've got two holidays I've got to book in. So and that Coventry one's the day after my birthday party as well. So looks like I can't get too drunk then. My birthday party, brilliant.
Birthday party.
I couldn't believe it. Like I said, it's happened before. We played Coventry at first game of the season, but obviously it was at home. Away, sorry. Now it's at home. That will be a sellout. Everyone's like, oh yeah, we're Championship, but we haven't played them in 11 years. So expect that. And obviously Huddersfield away. Matt, I've got a perfect record at Huddersfield, so anyone that's watching, can be a ticket, please. Thank you. So I've been 5 times, 5 wins, by the way, at Huddersfield. So that's a good record. Cardiff at home. Not bad. And then obviously the big one for me. I've already texted my best mate saying we're coming down to sunny Rotherham. 26th for August.
Ross, it's bank holiday weekend, isn't it? The 26th
It's
of
even
August.
better. It's not a great night at Rotherham, by the way.
Forget Man City. Forget Arsenal, forget Liverpool. It's bank holiday for Leicester fans in Rotherham.
Hey, listen, if anyone wants to stay at mine for night and go for a night out, then we're more than welcome to. That's for sure. But last game of the season, I've just had a look at. We've got Blackburn, if I'm right in saying.
Yep.
Blackburn
at home.
And go on.
Listen, we've looked at the first 5 fixtures. Let's just have a quick look at the second 5, which takes us into obviously the first 10. So that they are on 16th of September. We've got away at Southampton. Then on the 20th of September, we've got Norwich away. Then we've got Bristol City at home. That's when we meet up with Nigel Pearson. Blackburn away, and then Preston at home. Let's go to you, Lox. Those 2, 4, 5 next fixtures, which would take us up to the first 10 fixtures.
Yeah, they're obviously slightly more difficult, you could say. Obviously, Norwich didn't have the best of years last year, but you'd imagine they'll be back pushing on. Southampton, under Russell Martin, relegated. I think Southampton are not many people are talking about Southampton. I think when people talk about who's going up first time next season, people are saying Leicester, people are saying Leeds. Not as many are talking about Southampton, but they've got a decent infrastructure at the club. They'll be aiming to go back up, bounce back first time. So that's going to be a difficult game. Can you bring the fixtures back up, Phil, just so I can see the others? Sorry, I keep forgetting. There we go. Again, Bristol City against Nigel Pearson. I'm sure he'll want to get a win at the King Power. But I think a lot of people. It's easy to look at all of these fixtures, every single one, and say, well, we'll beat them. It's not quite Arsenal, not quite Man United or whatever. But we're a Championship club now, and the Championship is a very, very competitive league. Blackburn, Bristol City, Southampton, they are all good football clubs who can compete in the Championship just as well as us and just as well as we ever did. So they'll give us a fight for sure.
I'm going to ask Jono and then Ross about the opening 10 fixtures there next. And again, if you're watching this live, put in the comments after 10 games. Where do you want to see Leicester? What do you accept? Because it is going to be a chaotic transfer window for us. So, Jono, you've seen now the opening 10 fixtures. There's some that I'm not going to ever use. There's some easier games, some harder games, but because I'm not going to disrespect the Championship like that, because that is just idiotic to do so. But Jono, 10 games in, where do you think after seeing those fixtures, Leicester should be? Where do you think they're going to be?
I want to see us on 20 points, but it's important that you mentioned that, we can't disrespect the Championship. This is what Enzo was talking about, to change the mentalities of the players. We can't go and thinking it's going to be a walk in the park and we're a Premier League team and playing all these teams. We've got to think that we're a Championship club now, play against Championship teams that, it's one of the most competitive leagues in Europe. You got Premier League is going to be dominated by the top 6, but this is like last season. Look at the table; it's separated by 10 points from first to 20th. It's not, it's a very competitive league, and I expect us to get 20 points out of the first 10 games.
20 points. So you're going, and Ross?
I mean, I would say, let's have a look at so the first 5 we've gone through. I mean, September's going to be hard. 3 away games. I would say we can hopefully have a good away record again, away run. We've had good away runs in the past in the Championship. I mean, it was this October, is it?
Yeah, I'm just flicking through them now. Now we've seen the opening 10.
November. Sorry, November. Right. I'm going to have to work in Sheffield that week.
Let's start with October. Lox. The ones obviously Stoke at home is going to be a big, fairly local derby.
Yeah.
Sunderland away, Jono. There's the 24th of October. That's half-term week, I think.
If anyone could get me a ticket for that game, if I get me a ticket for that, I'll be buzzing.
Well, it's a Tuesday night, Jono. So you have to stay at Readers or something. If he lets you.
Well, Saturday the 4th. I was just looking when the first game against Leeds is there, 4th of November.
There you go. There's your B team, Lox.
Well, let's not forget, though, some of these games are probably going to change to Sky. And remember, now we're in the Championship. Away games you can buy on iFollow.
Is that right, Ross?
Yeah, it is right. £10 it is, I think.
Explain that to us, then.
So,
Ross.
obviously, my pal is a big Robin fan. And when in the Championship in the midweek, if a game's on Sky, like let's say Leeds game or something, if you click the red button, I think you can watch it on there. But if not, you can watch it on iFollow. But there's only one problem with iFollow, is that you can only buy, let's say you buy it for one device only.
But are you saying that every Championship away game midweek is buyable?
As far as I'm aware, yes. Unless someone corrects me on that, I think it is. The only reason I know that is because I actually did buy a Rotherham game once. It's only because it's that when Derby were going to get relegated and then they end up staying up. And I wanted Rotherham to beat Cardiff, and then Rotherham and Wednesday get relegated. Unfortunately, only Wednesday did. But I did buy one. You can only have one device. So, yeah. Is that both games? Okay, fair enough. I thought it were away games, but okay, fair enough. I didn't realise it were both games.
It's interesting. We'll obviously have to get some facts on that. Jason saying iFollow is for both games. Again, we haven't really got the foggiest on this. Lox.
I was just going to say, mate, I've just been looking at some. This is kind of rewinding back to the start of the season. The Friday night game that's been selected, 8:00 on Friday, the 4th of August, is Sheffield Wednesday versus Southampton. And then you'd imagine obviously all the 3 o'clocks on Saturday won't be on TV. And then there's 3 games on Sunday, which will be TV, and that's Leicester Coventry, Leeds Cardiff, and Sunderland Ipswich.
Ours won't be on TV because
I think it will be 12 o'clock.
The thing is, though, they would have announced it, because if you look, they've announced the Friday night game straight up. So let's not forget, something about the Carnival weekend, isn't it?
It is the Carnival weekend on the Saturday, yeah, on the Caribbean Carnival. But I've still got a feeling that'll be on TV, because I'm pretty sure. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see for sure. We can't guarantee anything, but I do think that it will be on TV, because you've got the 3 games on the Sunday. We're at 12. You've got Leeds Cardiff on at 2:30, and then you've got Sunderland Ipswich at 5. So what would be the point?
Ben's here. Come on, thanks, Ben, and saying Sky Sports have announced.
No, they haven't. I'm watching it right now, and it says Leicester versus Coventry, but it does not say Sky Sports next to it. I think
we will be on TV, because there's no point to.
Is it? It's on TV.
There's no point on structuring the day like that, on having us at 12 and then Leeds at 2:30 and then and then Ipswich at 5:30. There's no reason for them to do that unless they were doing like a Super Sunday type thing. That's how they do it on the Premier League on Sunday.
Ben says check Twitter. Ben Corral is also saying it's on TV because it said that on the website. So That's absolutely fine. Thanks.
Cool.
Thanks for everybody who's watching. We're obviously doing this on the fly, so we're learning through it. Listen, let's just look back at some of the fixtures as well. We've got through to November. We've seen Leicester playing Lox's B team there in Leeds.
What do you mean BT?
I'm surprised I said that for me in Wednesday or Wednesday.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Middlesbrough, Saturday the 11th is Borough. That's one for you, Jono.
Right. I'm gonna get these holidays. I'm actually gonna book some of these days off because I'm gonna try and get them off work. So
if anyone can get me tickets to Middlesbrough and Sunderland away, I'll be more than welcome.
As well, Sheffield Wednesday. There's one for you, Ross. Sheffield Wednesday, a Wednesday night match.
Wednesday night at Sheffield Wednesday. Oh God. Well, that means I don't have to book it off work then because I can just work in Sheffield that day, get ready at work, and then go from there. Oh God. Do you know what? It's weird. The last time we played Wednesday was around that time, away from home.
Yeah.
Oh, it's weird.
And then we move into the Christmas. There's a lot of fixtures in December. West Brom, Plymouth at home, Millwall at home, Birmingham away is on a Saturday just before. Oh, Birmingham Christmas market. That's what I'm doing that day then. Drop the missus.
That's on my mum's birthday against Rotherham. That's ironic.
I'll be dropping the females in my house around Birmingham Market while we go and watch Birmingham City.
I've got to say as well, Phil. The last time Leicester played Coventry was March 2012, and it was Nugent and Beckford who scored 2-0 Leicester. Konchesky got a red card.
I got another fact for you as well. You know, the last time we played Coventry away was on this 5th of August, 2011, which will be 12 years to the day since. Almost 12 years, and now we're playing them at home.
And was that Ross? Was that a draw? Was it a 1-1
draw? No, it was a
draw?
win. Lee Peltier header.
I do remember going to it, but I can't remember the score.
I just turned 18 3 days prior, and
you're old. You are.
Cheeky bugger.
Yeah. You and me both just turned 18 then, Ross, as well.
Got sent off. They had a man sent off too, and Peltier scored a header from a Richie Wellens cross.
Good memories there. Right, let's get back to looking at some of these fixtures, guys. So that takes us through to Rotherham is at home. Ross, there's one for you on the 23rd.
Yeah, my mum's birthday. Won't forget that.
Lox, you said about Ipswich being the Boxing Day fixture, and then New Year's fixture is, well, Cardiff away and then Huddersfield at home.
Oh. Yeah, two away games over Christmas. There'll be some unhappy partners, I think, in Leicester with their husbands and wives or whoever going to away games over Christmas. But you know, what can you do? Just a look at the draw, I suppose. And then obviously New Year's Day at home. At least we're at home on New Year's Day, so not far to travel for a lot of hungover Leicester fans.
You know us so well.
Or just get back on it. It's fine.
Back on it. And then there's obviously a little gap because of the FA Cup weekend that will be. Coventry away is the 13th of January, so that's a good one to look forward to.
It is. I mean, obviously M69 derby. Do you know what? It's massive. You know, everyone thinks, oh, it's just a little thing, but to us, it's massive. This is the longest time we haven't played them unless someone stands corrected. 12 years is 12 years is the last time we played Little Coventry City. You know,
don't say little now because
yeah, this will get clipped up, Ross. You've just dropped a bollock there. You're gonna
hang on. Says the one that Jono always cursed us every time. We're going to lose this week. We ended up losing.
No, but it's going to be easy. We're a championship team.
I'm on about last season when you get every week
to the Premier League. So you can't say the little Coventry City.
God, it's a bit of banter.
Yeah.
So back to the fixtures there. Swansea at home, end of January. Stoke away in February. I mean, I've got to be fair, guys. I used to look. I don't know what everybody watching thinks this. I used to look at all the fixtures in the Premier League and think, oh, that's tough. I think I got a bit more used to thinking, oh, that could be points there, that could be points there. I actually look at these fixtures in the Championship.
I have no idea.
I am scratching my head, Jono.
I have no idea. In the Premier League, right, this team's going to be tough. We played them last season. This season, you can't go on, oh, this is going to be... Because this is like foreign ground because like we haven't been in this Championship for so long that it could be difficult. We could walk through it. We could get demolished, which is why I think Enzo has said, treat this. We got to get our mentality straight, which is so important because this is going to be a whole different kettle of fish than before.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, it is tricky, isn't it, Lox, looking at these fixtures? And I think, like Jono said, Lox, we've got to be careful not to be big-headed Leicester, because that sort of attitude will bite us really, really quickly, won't it?
Yeah, I mean, this is what I said on my show on Tuesday, Tuesday, I think. It's going to be a part of the pre-season now, getting rid of, changing the mentality of the club, because we know we've had a mentality problem at Leicester for a long time now in terms of complacency and bottling things like top four twice. So they need to change the mentality. I think Maresca is probably the right man to do that from what I've seen so far in terms of switching a mentality. I think if there's any players in the changing room that think they're too good for the Championship, get them out of there. Get them out of there. We do not need that. We need to go into this season knowing that anyone can beat us on any day. Newly promoted teams from League One, they can beat us, as well as Leeds can. So we need to have the right mentality going into the season if we have any hope of going up. And I think Maresca, although there's a lot of debate about Maresca saying, well, he's unproven, it's a big risk. But one thing he has been around is a winning mentality, right? I know he was only Pep's assistant for a year, but he won the under 23s with Man City, or the under 21s. So he's got that mentality, and I think he's probably the right man to change that, because something needs to change at the club. And I think that's where we should start. Really, is the mentality.
I love that comment, because I'm looking at the Sky Sports website, and Maddison is the main player on the Championship fixture list.
Yeah, but until he's gone, he's still our player.
But he's gone. He's gone. He's definitely I want to sell him. He's obviously not going to. If he does play, he's not going to play properly. We must sell Barnes. We must sell Maddison. We must sell Ndidi. I wish we can keep Mendy, but he's gone. But those three players for me must go.
For me, it's more the case of with Maddison is we've just seen what happened with Yuri Tielemans with the 1 year on his contract type of season, and for me, we can't allow that. We can't allow to have a 40-50 million pound asset, or have a bang average season, because he's looking already at the following season. We've just done that with Yuri, and I think we know that we need to do it. Nick Moore says here, to be fair, everyone can say we have a target on our back, but we've had a target on our back in the League One season, and that didn't phase us in there. I think teams will come and have a go at us, though. Steve says here, has an ex-Premier team every game, especially away, the home fans will still look at us and be up for it, like it would be in the cup matches. It will be, because you've got to understand, obviously, we won the Premier League recently, and obviously, the first time we're playing teams for years. Obviously, team from my local, 19 years since we last played Rotherham. Wednesday's 10 years. Coventry's 12 years. There's loads of teams.
There's one team, though, that I want to mention, which is Blackburn. They won the Premier League, and where have they been ever since?
Yeah, but the thing is, though, when they won the Premier League, we were with me, you, Lox wasn't even born.
What year was it? What year was Blackburn?
1994-5. 94-5. I think they won league.
Yeah, I wasn't born.
Yeah, exactly. There you go then.
Nor was I.
But no, you got to understand. There's these teams that we haven't seen play, so we don't know what to expect. And obviously, Championship is a grafting division. We can't, as he said, Enzo. He said we can't go into the season and think, we're going to walk this league. It's a difficult league. I remember when we had what's it called? When we had Sven, we were the favourites to go up, and we ended up finishing 8th. So anything can happen. To all them people them stupid leaks. Where is QPR at home? That's the point.
Let's get back to looking at the fixtures just for a minute. Let's keep going through them because we've got.
There it is. QPR at home.
So, March we've got QPR at home, Sunderland away. There you go, Jono. 5th of March, Tuesday night.
That's
Stadium of Light.
Anyone can get me a ticket for that? I'll be very, very.
Well,
Jono, sign up to membership, and you actually have a chance of getting tickets.
There'll be more tickets, Jono, because it's a Tuesday night. It's a long way to go to Sunderland.
If you want to give me their season ticket, one of their tickets, I'll be more than grateful.
We've got Hull away, then we've got Southampton at home in March and Bristol City away in March.
It's
so
a
again,
tough month.
Oh, Friday night, that is 29th of March. Friday. What? Read that. Hang on.
It must be
is that a good
Easter.
Friday?
It'd be Good Friday, yeah, and it's 3 o'clock kickoff. Yeah, Friday date. Then we've got April. I mean, a lot of games in April. Obviously, it's the run up to the end of the season, isn't it?
Look, I know exactly what you're saying, Phil. What you said a minute, not long ago, about you look at these fixtures and we just can't sit here and say, "Oh, that's an easy month. That's an easy month." Every single month you've gone through so far has me thinking, "Wow, I don't see us winning every game there." And you know what we're like, Leicester City. We will probably lose at least one game this season to a newly promoted side. That's just a given. So all of those months that you've put up, they're all difficult. It's going to be a very difficult league to get out of.
I think so, and this is what Scott Chapman put this up. I put this comment up earlier. He says the players can't have the mentality that Scott's got, and I've got a little bit. If I've got to be careful, because he says you still have your Premier League head on, and looking at those first 5 games, think they'll be easy wins. I'm just going to say, Scott, I look at these fixtures and I look at them and go, we should beat Norwich at home, we should beat Birmingham at home, Millwall away, yes, we should beat them. Plymouth away, yes, we should beat them. West Brom at home, we should beat them. I look at all those fixtures and think we should win them, but it isn't going to be as straightforward as that.
We lost to Millwall at home a few seasons ago. We lost to Millwall. We lost to Millwall away a few seasons ago in the Carabao Cup. In the Carabao Cup, didn't we?
Oh, don't even talk about that.
Yeah, when Chilwell was too scared to take a throw.
Yeah, even when we're a Premier League team, we couldn't beat these teams. When we're a Premier League team, so we can't just think that they're a walk in the park. They're not. This is a different league. It's a different sort of league. But there's one thing I want to bring up as well. This is the actual league, but we've also got the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup to play in. Would you sack those off and concentrate on getting promoted, or do you want good cup runs as well?
Right, I'll stop you there, Jono. Good cup run, and I'll tell you why. This is my take on it. End of the day, doesn't matter what league you're in, you always have a chance of winning a trophy. The League Cup could be our answer. End of the day, the draw is today, by the way, at 2:30, and we're in the northern section. Just throwing it out there. And, we've got a chance of, I'm not saying I'm going to win it. Let's just put it out there. But I would love to have a good cup run, whether it's the FA Cup, whether it's the League Cup. Have a good cup run. And then if we get knocked out by, like a Man City or a Liverpool or something in the quarterfinals, and then that's a good cup run. Because remember, we're starting from the first round for the first time in a while, in a long time.
I mean, I think what I'm gonna say to that debate is that I think that is a great debate. We'll do another live on that because I think that is worthy of a debate pre-season. I'm just gonna get us to finish off through the fixtures, guys.
Yeah.
So that April, a lot of games, 2, 4, 6 games in April, and then obviously the last one in May. Blackburn away, Blackburn at home. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
God, 2 Lancashire teams in the last 2 games of the season. Wow.
Again, we didn't beat Blackburn season just gone, did we, in the cup? So, again, we keep saying it, Phil, we keep repeating ourselves, but it's then none of them are easy games. It's not going to be that type of season. That is a tough month to end on. Obviously, if you're going with your Prem ahead, then we should start calling it that. We should start coining that phrase on Leicester Fan TV, Prem ahead. Millwall, you'd say we've got to beat them, and Plymouth, we've got to beat them, and Vardy loves a goal against West Brom, but it's I think it's going to be difficult. And but if we go in with the right mentality, we bring the right players in, we could win this league. But it's just staying focused and not going in with complacency, because every game is difficult.
That's a good point. But Michael Brown's just put, don't know if it's the Michael Brown, but he's played for Sheffield United. Yeah, they got promoted and got to the FA Cup semi-final. So why not?
But like Daniel says here, priority, and this is why I don't want to get into it today, guys, because it's a big debate about how he will. I mean, it depends what the squad's like, but let's just leave that for another day in there. Andy says we'll be up before April, keeping it nice and positive there. So
I've just seen a funny tweet, Phil. Someone said, it really hits you being back in the Championship when you see all of your trips to London being replaced with trips to Yorkshire.
Oh no, we got one. We got one in London, which is Watford.
And Millwall. Millwall's near.
Watford's yeah. Watford's not London, Jono.
Kind of.
Jesus, no wonder you live in Newcastle. Jesus.
QPR is. Yeah, there is quite a lot in Yorkshire. There's quite a lot in the Midlands as well. There's a few in the Midlands.
There's two in the north, more than we did last season. So I'm happy.
I think I feel, Jono, with no Yorkshire beer.
Cheaper beer, maybe, Phil, on away days, eh? Cheaper beer.
We've got 2 games in Wales, though. We got Wales.
You got three in Wales.
Swansea, Cardiff, and
Bristol City.
Well,
it's down there, isn't it?
It technically is. Well, technically, if that's the case, then Middlesbrough's North Yorkshire. If we're going to go in that debate.
Yeah.
Right, listen, guys, thanks a lot for joining us in there. Lox, I guess the new season officially starts now, doesn't it? Because we've got the fixture list. We know where we're at. Yeah,
we've got a manager sorted. We've got our fixture sorted. I suppose now we just have some players, really. We can, like I said earlier, we can actually start to look forward to this season now. We can start making plans. We can all look forward to the first game against Coventry. I'm sure it'll be a nice, it'll be a good session down at Local Hero or Bluesville Bar or wherever people go. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it now. We've got to put the past behind us and look forward and hope for a great year. Yeah,
Jono, your final thoughts?
We've got Premier League. Get your Premier League hats off. We got a Championship fixtures up. Trust the manager. Mr. Negative's gone. Trust the manager.
Yeah.
Get rid of some deadwoods. Get rid of all the high wages. Get new players who want to fight for the club, and we'll go from there.
Ross, it's all about now, Ross, isn't it? Sorting out the squad. He's got, I think it's 24 days until we play Northampton Town on the July the 15th. Yeah. He's got to get the squad sorted quick, hasn't he?
100%. And obviously, it's not always down to him, though. You got to understand, obviously, it's all these agents that are like demanding all the palaver, from the other clubs that want our players. And obviously, I just hope there's no situation like for Farner last year. Get it over and done with straight up. Bring some players in. Get like the odd loan or two. Maybe from free transfers. Who knows? And we'll start off with. It couldn't have written it any better in the stars, could it? We've not been. We've not been in the Championship in almost 10 years, and now we're going to be facing, to our side, our arch rivals, Coventry City. This is the derby. Forget Forest and Derby. This is it. We've enjoyed. I mean, for me anyway. It's different.
Ross, I hope Ross isn't insinuating that these randomly drawn fixtures, when there's no Premier League, that they've actually pulled out the hats and big games for the first weekend that will be great for TV.
Well, you never know. End of the day, it's a home fixture, first Championship home fixture. Enzo Maresca's first game could not be any more. Well, I mean,
this is, to be fair, guys, really put a comment in earlier, which we didn't really react to, but Coventry is probably one of the hardest teams to play because they just obviously were the Championship playoff finalists and they just lost out. You could argue that that's harder than Leeds and Southampton, but again, we will just see how it's all going to work out. So thanks everybody for joining us. It's great to have Ross, to have Jono, to have Lox. It's onwards and upwards from here, guys.
Cheers.
See you all soon. Thanks all.
No
Cheers.
worries.
Thank you.
Lads.
So thanks so much to the guys for all joining us. It's been great to have them on here. Great to have all your views and comments. We actually know where we are now. We can see the fixtures, subject to obviously TV changes. So follow Leicester Fan TV, whatever channel you're at Leicester Fan TV. We'll be doing loads of lives because there's going to be so much transfer activity out of the club and then into the club. So obviously we'll be all backing the manager and wishing him well. So from me, Phil, keep tuned to Leicester Fan TV. We'll be live. Every time you see us go live, it's probably because something's happening. See you later.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pucka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hologram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newbie & Co. Estate Agents. Make sure to follow us on all of our social channels at Leicester Fan TV. Visit our website, leicesterfantv.com.
I'm still live. I need to turn it off, don't I? See you later.